So let's see what the topic of today
Exciting,
is.
exciting.
Human growth.
What is human growth? And when watching this, we invite you to hold an open mind, to lay aside your already known truths.
We invite you to hold an open heart, meeting yourself with love and compassion, meeting what you hear and the reactions that may be awakened within you as you listen, with love and compassion.
I would like to invite you to hold an open will, to lay aside the fear of the unknown. So welcome to this inward exploration on human growth.
As human beings, we are growing. From the day we are born, throughout life, we are growing. Physically, we are growing mentally. We expand the ways we can perceive and make sense of the world. And this is the natural process of life. And you are in this process since the day you were born, and you will be for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Like everything is in constant movement and change, in constant motion. Transformation is like the natural state of life. And what we see around us, though, is that we as human beings hold ourselves back from that transformation. That we let our fear hold back and constrain our growth. And we see that a vital part of our growth as human beings is to become free from our fears, free from the limiting norms and beliefs that we hold, that are laid upon us in the socialization process of our growing up. And every fear keeps us unfree, within the limitation and boundaries of that fear. And every limiting norm hold us back within the boundaries of that norm.
Yeah. And when we let go of these fears, of these limiting norms, we open up for the transformation and growth that is our natural state of being. When we meet these fears within, with love and compassion, they can heal. And when they heal, we become free.
That's beautiful. When they heal, we become free. I'm drawn to pick a card.
Okay.
Do you want one too?
We can start with one.
Yeah. Meeting shame.
Meeting shame.
Meeting shame, how does that connect into human growth?
In meeting fear, meeting the fear that is holding ourselves back, we might also meet shame. And that is maybe one of the most difficult emotions or states of being to meet.
Yeah. And for me, I experienced that as the most powerful restraining force to meet myself. Admitting to myself that I am in a state of fear, that I act from a state of fear or a state of anger towards someone else, that I outlash on someone due to my fear, is often really difficult because I don't want to see that in myself. Yes, I'm angry, but that's your fault. That's an easy way out.
But isn't it sometimes?
Yes, I am angry. And something you said might have triggered me.
Yeah.
But what happens in me is within me. And first when I can see that, first when I can admit that to myself, I've taken one step towards freedom, towards liberation of or from my fear.
Yeah. And within that process of seeing that, okay, this is something that happens within me, not because of someone else's fault. That may awaken shame.
So one hands-on tip or way to do this might be, for me at least, when I am angry, if I manage to pause and really sense into me, okay, what am I afraid of? What fear is triggered in me? What do I feel? And really meeting that in myself. Sometimes it can even be hard to admit to myself that I am angry, because I don't want to be.
No.
I want to be nice to my kids. I don't want to be angry.
Of course.
Okay, I'm angry. Leading into the power of naming.
Yeah, but I would like to say one more thing about fear.
Yeah.
Or shame, actually. As I listen to you, it becomes obvious that for me, when I see the fear within, I no longer feel ashamed anymore. Like the shame is connected to the reaction, to the anger, to the blaming of others, and viewing my own reaction. Maybe somewhere knowing that this is because of something deeper within, and that awakens a shame.
Yeah.
But as I reach the fear, I don't feel ashamed anymore.
So in meeting the fear, in admitting to yourself that you are in fear.
Yeah, it's like I'm going through these layers.
Yeah.
The reaction, the fear that might be awakening a sense of shame. But when I reach below that, to the fear, it's easier to meet myself with love and compassion, because I'm actually afraid.
Yeah.
And that's the basis of this reaction.
Yeah. So meeting our own fear, admitting to ourselves that we are in a state of anger, a state of shame, a state of fear, a state of
and why
whatever.
Is that?
Yeah.
Going deeper.
Yeah. Why is that within me? I mentioned, and that is the power of naming. And we've seen the immense power of actually naming stuff. When you meet your inner fear, when you name it to yourself, maybe out loud. Sometimes, it feels awkward. Hey, I'm angry because I carry fear of something. That feels awkward to name. But when we do, out loud, or at least silently, something happens.
Yeah.
For me, it's almost like taking the fear, taking the shame, taking the anger, putting it outside of myself.
Yeah.
And that is the start and almost the end of the healing process. Not really the end, but that is the beginning of the end.
The start and maybe even the end. Yeah, wow. Yeah, it's like when naming, when putting it out there, it's something that I can relate to and not just be completely immersed in or occupied with, by almost.
Like de-identifying with
detaching.
the fear. Detaching with,
to be able to relate to view it, and within that, be able to hold myself.
Cool.
So the power of naming.
The power of naming. So meeting our own fear, admitting to ourselves that yes, I am angry, I am shameful, I am afraid, and being with that, and name it. The power of naming as a way to detach, dissociate with fear.
Maybe a new card.
Maybe a new card.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take one.
Planning and control.
Planning and control. How does that fit into this story?
Of what is human growth?
What comes to me? We are brought up in a society where knowledge is key, where results, achievements, performance, competition is a part of daily life. You go to school, you need to get good grades, you need to pass your exams, you need to know stuff. And this kind of raises us in the belief that we are here to plan our future. We are here to control our future. And when we plan and control, we are on top of things. And what I see in this, that planning and control, what does it do to us?
And of course,
it keeps us in the fear of letting go. If I lose grip of my plan, if I lose grip of control, I lose grip. And that awakens fear. So in a way, when we are in constant planning and controlling of things, we act from the fear of the unplanned to occur.
Yeah.
And the process of transformation, as we started with, is the natural process. Clinging to the belief that we can control stuff keeps us in fear.
Yeah.
That was what was awakened in me.
Yeah. And also in what you say, the process of transformation is becoming something of what not already is, and also leaving some of what was behind.
Yeah.
The letting go of something, not clinging on to, keeping it. I also believe that the process of growth or development itself can be the subject of our goal setting, making that strategy, making the plan, making the activities and commitments to actually grow, to develop myself. And in that way, really trying to control my own growth process. And in that, actually holding myself back from the same.
That is a very funny contradiction in me, almost a paradox. Trying to plan for my own development as if I already know the steps ahead. As if I already know, I need this, I need this, I need this, I should do this, I should do this, I should do this. But the transformation as such is, as you said, always becoming some of what not already is and leaving some of what is behind. Meaning we don't know. We have, to be honest, no clue of what's around the corner. And just imagining that we are able to plan for what we have no clue of is, when I state it like this, almost ridiculous. It really keeps us stuck.
Yeah, but again, I mean, when we set a goal, we do that with a desire, a intention, a wish, maybe a longing that I want to be better at this. I want to learn how to manage or cope with anger, as we mentioned before, for example. So that is quite clear from that state of being, setting that goal. I want to be able to control, manage my anger, and that is the goal. How is that relating to opening for what we have no idea what is to come?
What I hear you say is coping strategies.
I
need to manage my anger. Yes, there might be times where I actually need to learn to control my anger, definitely. But it's a coping strategy to get to a place where I can face it, I think. And relying on coping strategies for everything. I need to control my anger. I need to find a strategy to be with the loud working environment. I need to find a strategy to be with my fear, avoidance, perhaps. Keeps us stuck in strategizing life, avoiding and not really meeting. When I find a strategy to cope with my anger, I don't give it space, I think.
No.
And the anger doesn't heal. The fear doesn't heal. The sadness doesn't heal. The shame doesn't heal. So we keep on adding these coping strategies to manage life instead of seeing everything that arises within as gifts knocking on our door. Hey, I'm here. I'm ready to be met by you. Hey, I'm here. And when you embrace me, I will integrate and stop bothering. Kind of.
Like all these triggerings is showing us things within that are ready to be met, healed, integrated. One thing that comes up to me when I listen to you now is when we set goals for becoming better, it's just within that view of life, or view of myself, that I should be better at this. I should improve myself constantly, and I should make that a conscious, aware plan to grow, to develop myself. And that kind of hurts.
Yeah, it does.
It does. It hurts.
Because that mindset, I mean, the basis from I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
I'm not good enough as I am. I need to develop. I need to constantly evolve. I need to become someone that I'm not. And that is painful.
Yeah.
And it's a fear-driven activity.
Yeah.
I need to evolve. We must.
Yeah. Based on the assumption that I'm not good enough as I am.
Maybe not articulated. Yes, I'm good enough, but I want to.
Yeah.
But still, if we really ask deep down, I want to or I need to, a longing to or a striving to, that makes a difference.
Yeah.
Is planning a bad thing all over? Because we kind of slack down on planning.
No, of course not. I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. But
Planning have made us bring the cameras, all the equipment and stuff. We want to do this.
Yes.
A certain amount of planning.
Yes, of course. It's necessary to be able to even do this little film clip.
And planning makes us able to create space.
Yeah, true.
We want to create space. Space for our own process of development, our own process of growth. But within that space, we never plan.
No.
Okay, so what will we grow in? We don't know. We never plan.
No, because it's not possible.
Because it's not possible.
This natural process of transformation and growth.
Exactly.
That just happens if we let it.
So to summarize the planning and control parts, invitation to let go of planning a bit and invite being and embracing what comes up. Be it shame, be it anger, be it fear, be it sadness. To meet that and embrace that.
Yeah. To see that as clues for a deeper meeting with yourself. Clues to something that's ready to be met.
Yeah. I feel drawn to pick another card.
Yeah, go ahead.
Self-responsibility. Well, that ties very neatly into where we just ended.
Yeah, it does. Go ahead.
I see a shift.
Yeah.
I see a shift that we need to make. I see a shift that I need to make still, every day. I need to shift from it's someone else's fault to, what does this tell me about me? Self-responsibility. It's not your fault that I'm angry. You're triggering something within me that makes me angry. And that could be an old wound, an old shadow, an old trauma I carry. And trauma doesn't have to be, this traumatic. As a kid, when I can't handle not getting in ice cream, that can create a trauma. So self-responsibility. How can I meet myself? And step one on that journey is to stop blaming others. And that's a move, a shift, connected with great resistance, I think, for many of us.
Yes.
It's much easier to, hey, why are you doing this? You're making me mad.
Yeah, or even if I feel hurt.
Yeah.
It might be even harder.
Yeah.
How can that be because of me?
Yeah.
Someone else is saying something that is hurting me.
Yeah.
How can that be of me, not about what the other person is saying?
I would like to state, though, there are people that actually tries to hurt you because of their own wounds and traumas, probably. So this is not about accepting every environment and staying in that environment.
No.
There are harmful environments. You should never be with someone that is abusive, verbally or physically. You should not be in an environment that is harmful, where you're subject to abuse or offense. But the shift we're talking about is blaming others. From blaming others to, what does this tell about me?
Yeah. And of course, this is also scale. Not staying in an abusive, hurtful environment or relation. Also being able to speak about what's going on.
Yeah.
When I get really hurt when you say that. And still asking, what's inside of me?
Yeah.
What's going on? Why am I being hurt by this? As a clue to meet myself.
Yeah.
And all of this can exist in the same situation.
Yeah. And what we often see is quite the opposite. I get really hurt when you say that. Can you please stop?
Yeah.
And then my reaction is centering around you. And instead, we would like to invite you to explore the shift. I get really hurt when you say that. Can you help me explore what happens inside me? That is difficult when we're hurt, when we're angry.
Yeah. And at the same time, the process within me as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I hurt you. That might trigger defense responses within.
Yeah, loads and loads.
Yeah. So in a dialogue, in a relation, to be able to actually go within as both parties.
Yeah. And that can be beautiful.
Yeah.
Exploration.
Yeah. Beautiful and deep.
Maybe this is it. We're ready to round off.
Yeah.
Or anything else that pops that wants to be born?
No.
Shall we try to summarize what we've said?
Yes.
So what is human growth? We're in a constant process of transformation. Change is the natural state. And we see that fear, our human fear, is holding us back from that natural state of transformation.
Yeah. And based on that fear, we may try to keep things as they are, control our change, development, our growth. Or we may try to keep things as they are in the fear of letting go.
Yeah.
And all of this is holding us back.
Yeah.
So we might want to give some tips or how-tos, as suggestions, invitations.
Meeting fear and the power of naming, as we've mentioned. When we feel triggered, stop, pause. Okay, what's happening? And name what's happening inside. That's one.
Yeah.
And stay with that sensation. I give people around me and my kids, and maybe in particular, the tip that I use myself, to use my mind to explore my fear, not to explore what happens out there, because that often strengthens the sensation of fear. But using my mind, directing the attention towards my inner self. Okay, what's happening here? I sense fear. Wow, amazing. How can I meet that fear? What is there beside fear? Where is the love? And really explore my inner state. That's a beautiful process and hard to start with because I'm triggered and I don't want to because it's someone else's fault. But that's one tip.
Yeah.
The power of naming.
Power of naming. Yeah, to actually find what's going on inside and name it, maybe even out loud.
Yeah.
Naming, naming the feelings, the emotions, the fear itself.
And self-responsibility, as we ended up with.
Yeah. And just the notion of human growth as something natural that can't be planned for might be a starting point.
Yeah.
What fear arises in you or is awakened within you as you open for this, letting go of the goals, plans, activities, commitments for your own development.
Yeah, that's
growth.
a beautiful ending question. What fear is awakened? Embracing you cannot plan for your own personal development, your own human growth. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.